I want you to put your hands together. Mr. Randy Watson, yes!
Hold up. You're now listening to Fresh Out, the world's most dangerous music podcast on the OMG Network and rawthinnic.com, where our panelists give you the raw and inside scoop of what's going on in your world of music and entertainment every week. Let's start the show with industry insiders LB from Detroit, Bebop from Indianapolis, Ron Mexico from the Junior Bay, and hosted by Irene I.D. Davis. Subscribe on Apple Music and tune in every week for expert industry insight on the week's biggest music news, album reviews, trending social topics, and more. Casual music fans, chart junkies, and everyone in between are invited to this weekly half-hour discussion.
Fresh Out. What's up? We forming Voltron tonight.
Yeah.
LB's in the building. What's good, LB?
Chilling, man. You know how it is. Hanging in.
Bebo P, how's it going up, bro?
Hey man, living good, living great, and trying to stay, you know what, free.
Man, who you know?
Man.
J Cam, man, what's going on, man?
Man, everything is good, bro. Like Bebo said, trying to stay cozy and free, you dig?
Man, dude. Like I said, hey, we are sponsored by rawthinnic.com. This is Fresh Out. The whole crew's here. First of all, y'all get nothing but the best commentary ad free. Let's be clear. Let's get no ads, okay?
Yeah,
right. You know what I mean? Y'all get some ill commentary, man. So today we want to celebrate the women since we breaking records, man. We doing something. So we want to do something different. We want to start with the women, man, today and go straight in. We wanted to talk about the history being made with Doja Cat, Nicki Minaj, Megan Thee Stallion, Beyonce being the first foursome to team up, man, to do, you know, the hot number 100s. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Let's just start off with Jay Kemp, man. Like, you know, what was your whole situation with the songs, just the whole moment? You know, what was your feel?
Well, I would say for today, I'm probably digging the Meg and the Doja. I said Doja Cat, my guy. I'm digging the Meg and the Beyonce.
Okay.
But from a longevity perspective, I think that Doja Cat and Nicki is gonna run for a minute because of the style of the track. It's got like the international European, like disco / electronic type vibe to it. I think that's gonna last.
So you saying Grammy? You saying Grammy then, right?
Oh yeah. It's got Grammy written all over it, man. It's got Grammy written all over it.
Bebo P, jump in on that, man. What you think?
I mean, I think that it's a little too difficult to compare the two songs since the ambiance are both, you know, somewhat different. I think Savage is somewhat of, you know, it's obviously somewhat of a ratchet, swaggy rap vibe, while the Say So, you know, gives off that disco / pop type aura. So if I were to guess which one were to win Best Grammy, you know, assuming that they reach that point of, you know, nominations between the two, then I would probably say would likely go to, or possibly go to, Megan and Beyonce due to the politics of the game with Beyonce at the helm of the remix and to, you know, to appease the Bayhive, you know, not throwing shade. It's just addressing what most of us could consider a solid possibility. And it's a solid track. It's still a solid track, but personally, if it was up to man,
I don't know, Bebo.
Okay. What you got then? What you got as the counter?
Man, that track is Hollywood, bro. That's gonna be played in every Valley Girls MP3. Like that's on iPhones right now. That's playing on some Valley Girls iPhone.
But Jammer, I think what the point that he's driving home, which I think is a very valid point.
Oh, it's valid. I feel him on that.
Which is that, like, it ain't about what the music sounds like most times. It's a lot of times about.
I agree. Like, politics is in there too. Yeah. I agree. With that.
Right. Now, personally, if it was up to me between the two, I would give it up to Say So if I was like at the helm of, you know, which one should have it. And the two, once again, are great in their own right. But myself, I would nominate Say So if it were up to me, in lieu of it being just having more of a broad reach, both sonically and lyrically. So I do want to preface that. I guess I'm just trying to think more three-dimensionally. Yeah. Now, we'll either have a historical impact. I think it's too early to tell. You know, Nonetheless, both have a great chance of winning a Grammy for, their respective songs. But if either party does, then you have my sincere congrats. So shout out to all four. Shout out.
Let's be clear though. Let's be clear. Let's get down to what's really going on.
Okay.
Speak on it.
Doja didn't show her boobs.
Stop.
Doja said this. If it went number one, she would show her boobs.
And she backed down.
She didn't show the boobs.
And she backed down.
For ID.
She didn't show the Juggingtons.
Hey, It's 2020. We don't need that nonsense. Okay.
We was all waiting on the
I'm going off what she said.
That's what she said. Okay, I feel you.
If I'm going to help a whole bunch of homeless kids, if this show went number one, and I said F the kids, come on, man, it'd be a problem. But that's the thing. But I do have to say though, these two records, they may not stand the test of time, and of course we're joking around. They may not stand the test of time, but I think they do open the floodgates for all these new artists that are coming through that are female. The Sonya, the Simone B's and City Girls, and I think it's going to basically just be a female-driven year, which is good. You know what I'm saying? To me, anything that helps the industry, I'm all for it, man. The guys are going to have to step their game up because right now the women are winning and everything. But right now the future's female. So I salute the women, no doubt. Yeah. I don't think you have to have the antics of showing the boobs at all. The music, like I said, is dope. It's going to be played, like Jamar said, it's going to be played in all the, international clubs and X, Y, and Z. I see a lot of
go hard on that.
Yeah, the LGBT plus minus times 2 community, they're gonna be rocking the little song and all that.
Get all your alphabets together.
It's got a lot of Lady Gaga swag. It's got a lot of Lady Gaga.
And then let's be clear, Lady Gaga comes out on the 19th. You know what I'm saying? So shout out to Akon getting that check. But at the end of the day, I do think both records are going to open the floodgates for that females the future for pop and urban music.
Sure. Yeah.
I'm going to go ahead and go out on a ledge here. Though, and say that this might be everybody has been looking for who's going to put the chink in the armor of your man Drizzy Drake.
There you go.
This might be it right here, because if we think about who Drake is and what he does, a lot of what he's always done is say, yo, I'm going to make sure all these ladies love my records, right? And then the guys are just fall in line. And that's what we do, right? We go to the club because there's a whole bunch of ladies there. We listen to Drake because the ladies want to listen to Drake, right? But if all the ladies is like, yo, I'm kicking this, Doja Cat. I'm kicking this, this Nicki Minaj, all like this all female squad type stuff, this Meg Thee Stallion type things. Then they may be the ones that ultimately get Drake the heck up out of here. You know what I'm saying? Because they could ultimately jack his whole fan squad, possibly. I'm not saying that's what's gonna happen, and it's gonna be hard. It's kind of like dethroning Michael Jordan. You got to hope for Reinsdorf and all of them to mess it up. True. You know what I'm saying?
It's also, I agree. It's also like a Tiger Women when everybody was aiming for Tiger Woods, and Tiger Woods just self-imploded. You know what I'm saying? That's what they're kind of doing with the Drake. Is, you trying to get the McRoys and all those cats, man. The Bubba Watsons and all them joints. They try to make them stars. So you have to get all those guys together.
You try to make your driver go 300 yards, right? Yeah, and then, hey, you might not be able to beat Tiger right now, but if he happens to make a couple of missteps and you got a 300-yard driver, maybe I'm coming in here.
It did take a phone call, though. Hey, let me call you back. It took that.
Tiger, call me back.
It took all that, bro.
So it might be one of these. And this thing, what you guys said last episode about the blue pill with Jersey on that mixtape.
Yeah,
y'all spit some game on there, man. Real talk. J Camp and Bebo P spit some game as far as him still doing this 20-year-old simping stuff on the records. When we need to hear some old, he's 33 years old. We need to hear some OG lyrics from him. We can get all that from a Boogie with the Hoodie and all that. You know what I'm saying? Right. We need to hear some real stuff. We need to hear where he changes over and he starts becoming a man.
Let me ask this then. When ID just mentioned something about, changing over, and tie that in with what you were saying, L, about the chink in the armor. What is y'all thoughts about Beyonce, given the fact that you have this, this female out of nowhere, Doja Cat, running dang near neck and neck when it comes to streaming on, both songs. So what is your thoughts about chink in the armor of the Bayhive's favorite?
Yo, so this is what's wild, right? Is that when you think about all of these things with Beyonce, with Meg Thee Stallion, and then basically she's on there because Meg Thee Stallion is on rocking with Rock Nation right now, right?
Yeah. Come on,
it's owned by Jay-Z, so we know all of these things like that, right? He has the title and all of this stuff, and that's also kind of circling all the way back to your original point, BOP, about who's going to take that Grammy. I think you just have a better chance because, like you said, they team will go in there and they'll be, doing all that talking to all the Grammy people and all of that stuff like that. Because, when you talk about like getting money, what's one of the ways that you get money? By either being nominated for a Grammy or winning the Grammy, right? Because now when you get ready to go back out, you like, Grammy award winning artist, blah, 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 blah. Your prices go up.
And they're making more money. And they're making more money off of her.
And they're making more money off of her, right? So if you're thinking about all of those little chess pieces on the board and things like that, they have a very vested interest in having all those conversations, right? Now, getting to the Doja Cat, I don't know who her team is, right? So I don't know if her team has the capability to kind of go in there and doing all that shucking and jiving with the Grammy board, right? Because that's ultimately what gets you a Grammy is doing all the tap dancing for the people to say, hey man, I really need this Grammy. You know what I'm saying?
Good point.
And so, doing all of that, it gets really wild and it gets complicated. But I do think that when we're thinking about like Drake and the chink in the armor and all of those things like that, I think all of that stuff becomes like a real possibility based on all of the females here. And the thing we have to remember, right, is let's think about Cardi B, right? Another person who kind of just said, hey, I had a gang of mixtapes or something. Well, not a gang, but she had several mixtapes. But then all of a sudden she hit and then boom, she was out of here. You know what I'm saying? So what's the possibility that a Doja Cat can't just boom hit it and just be out of here, even though the whole squad and Jay-Z and Rock Nation and Beyonce all hopped on the Meg Thee Stallion thing? Who's to say that Doja Cat can't come in and Cardi B, all of these suckers, and be like, bam, got it.
Well, the other thing, let's be clear, Doja Cat's basically using the blueprint from Lady Gaga, you know what I'm saying?
Lady Gaga, okay.
Because she came in with fries in her nose, singing "Moo Moo Moo" in a moo moo suit. You know what I'm saying? So let's be clear. She came with fries in her nose with a moo cow joint showing her showing that Mateen cleaves.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? So I think she could definitely do what you're saying with LB, which is. I can cross over. I'm willing to do whatever I need to do. I can do that Lady Gaga boo. I can get those 12-year-old girls, and I can get those 50-year-old girls who want to be 20.
Exactly.
So at the end of the day, I think she's got a really good broad range. Being able to be on her level and grab a Nicki on a joint that's really different than what Nicki raps on, but it puts her in a whole nother level. You know what I'm saying? And like I said, to compete with a Beyonce record, like
talk that talk.
Hey, man. You know what I'm saying? It might be a little something like, I don't know. It's going to be a dope run, though. We're going to see.
But you know what? It's good that we're seeing a lot of these fresh faces like trying to really go hard against, the establishment, essentially. You know what I'm saying? So
100%.
That's dope.
Jay Kent, man, give us a last word on this, man.
I mean, again, man, shout out to Meg and Doja for definitely doing their thing. Like I said, I think that Doja definitely has some longevity. I think she won a whole lot with this joint because she has flown under the radar for a minute. So I think with this joint that she's got here, with a definitely credibility piece from Nicki, I think she really won off this one, man. Like I said, internationally, in Asia and in Europe, this is gonna go ham in the club, man. All them pill poppers over there. Man, they got the glow sticks right now, just turning
ready to start spinning in a circle.
My God, they turning up.
Though, out of both of them, though, Meg's got the more talent. Meg is almost like Trina mixed with Lil' Kim mixed with a little bit of she's definitely, the next level of female rappers, you know what I'm saying? And she can
don't sleep on Doja though. Doja ain't bad. Doja can she's nice on that mic, man. I mean, she's alright.
So this thing, and obviously, do you think Doja or Meg are writing their own lyrics?
I think Meg is.
Meg is probably definitely above Doja as far as if we just had to rank them today. I mean, Doja definitely needs more work, but Doja can definitely get there on this trajectory that she's on right now.
All right.
This is her first hit record, so
it is.
You know what I'm saying? We gotta respect that, and it's a number one joint right now. So
and that's why the comparisons to Cardi B start to pop to my head. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Well, I think BOP. I'm gonna ask BOP this, man. Do you see Doja as a real artist, or you see her as Little Nas X?
I think
is she a plant? Is she a plant? Answer
is she a plant?
Is she a plant? Is she in a greenhouse? Let me see.
This is Fresh Out. We ask the real questions over here. We ain't Joe Budden over here. Here's where we industry friends.
Here's what it comes down to. It comes down to whether or not she plays her cards right. Same deal with Nicki Minaj. She arguably to a lot of people, she hit a slump, and with this one, she's back on some higher level. You know what I'm saying? So if Doja plays her cards right, as Elle said, we don't know who the team is and how they get down. If Nicki plays her cards right, if they all play their cards right, and are acting on the correct and best advice for each personality type, then along with the Doja, they all could do their thing. I think along with that too, they need to stay unified, because I know that there's a lot of heat within the female contingent, with certain female artists and whatnot, and of course artists in general. But there's just so few female artists in the industry that I think that unity is very key. Not saying that everybody has to agree with or even like each other, but just at least respect where each individual is right now. But just going back to the Doja situation, play your cards right, Doja, and you can be right up there along with possibly with the A-listers.
Hey, but is she Lil Nas X though? Is she Lil Nas X? Is she playing?
Is she Lil Nas X?
Is she a plant?
Go in, Bebo. Go in, fam. Keep it 100.
Oh man, it seems like she has a better chance than Lil Nas X.
Okay.
But I did see some Lil Nas X tendencies on that little video, on that remix video with the them dancers. So it's kind of hard to tell. But if I were to be a betting man, I would say that she has a bit of a better chance than a Lil Nas X in terms of notoriety.
Okay.
But I mean, she
got way more talent
in the air.
She got way more talent.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I think Lil Nas X was. I think he comes off as that one hit wonder.
This is the thing. Let's be clear, and this goes into our next question. This was a stimulus package for Nicki.
100%.
This was a stimulus package for Nicki. Let's be clear, because ever since she said what she said about Miley Cyrus, that Daddy gave her label owner a phone call to apologize, and she never did. So this is why you don't see Nicki doing anything but clean radio.
Drop a bomb.
Hit that bomb
again for this man.
Just be clear.
Drop a bomb for this man.
That Cyrus family ain't playing. Once she said what she said about Miley, and they made that phone call to Birdman.
Yikes.
She doing Queen Radio. and we doing a better job than she's doing.
Bro, I'm rubbing my hands right now like Birdman.
So obviously this week,
rubbing my hands now.
Respect on my name.
Peace and Usher are talking about Nicki Minaj, and of course, Usher's from our generation. You know what I'm saying? He's still doing his thing. He made that money off Bieber. Salute to that man. Yep. You know what I mean? Yeah. I don't know what's going on with the herpes situation, but you can get that fixed, brother. If Magic Johnson's out here doing his thing, you can get that fixed too, brher. Do your thing.
Right. It definitely ain't that big chick. It definitely ain't that big chick. We knew she was lying. We knew she was lying.
That's insane, man.
But Usher kept it real though. He said Nicki was a product of Lil' Kim.
Yeah.
LB, get started on, man. Let me know what's good.
Go in, LB. Go in, bro. Go in.
You know all the obvious things here, right? The obvious things is that Nicki even said it herself when she first started out. Like, yo, I'm who I am because of Lil' Kim. And later, as she started to get bigger and do other things, she tried to make it seem like she wasn't like basically taking the whole blueprint that Lil' Kim laid out. And I think the thing that people need to get some real clarity on is and I think that's what some of these versus battles have done and some other stuff is that you need to understand the context of what was going on in the music industry at the moment when different people came out, right?
There you go.
So let's talk about the context of what was going on in the music industry when Lil' Kim came out.
Right.
Like, who was the hottest female in that moment? Like, MC Lyte, maybe Queen Latifah. Okay,
maybe, and they were on their downfall of they were on the tail end of their career,
right? And I love both of those people, but they were on a totally different spectrum than what Lil' Kim was doing when she came in. Now, and this is where the context is important. When Lil' Kim came in and was like, "Hey, listen, I'll come in and I F you and I'll suck you and I do this and I drop it down and I pop it and I'm gonna be nasty," right? Wasn't nobody doing that.
Right.
As far 100. As like, you know, hey, maybe they were on some regional place that I ain't heard of or something like that. But from a mainstream perspective, that wasn't going down. Okay. Mm-hmm. So she literally created that space. So
100.
I'm sorry, whoever is next that came in, if you was talking freaky nasty or whatever it is, however you got down, and then let's just also state some just basic facts. Like, Nicki was wearing the wigs and the colored outfits, and I think she even did the one boob out thing, just like Lil' Kim. So this is nothing to even argue about. Like, all the facts is like clearly laid out, and anybody who experienced the moment when Lil' Kim came out, they 100% know and understand that Nicki Minaj is, 100% influenced by Lil' Kim. Now, if you didn't have
Lil' Kim's baby, if you Lil' Kim had a baby, Nicki Minaj,
and you just had to read it on the internet or look at pictures and stuff, maybe you'll come to a different conclusion. So I'm gonna go out on a limb here and say, honestly, like, if you was born like after 88, I really don't want to hear from you on this topic, to be perfectly honest.
Well, and there's another thing too, J. Kim, I want you to go in on this, man. Number one, is Nicki even a top 5 female rapper? Then the other thing that LB said, which is dope, in the 90s you had Foxy, Yo-Yo, you had Eve, you had the Brat, and all we do is talk about Lil' Kim. We don't even really talk about those other females. So it shows you the longevity of Kim and actually her offspring, basically, because Cardi B ain't nothing but a Lil' Kim too. Let's be real. Yep. So number one, is Nicki even a top 5 rapper? And then the other thing is, why do you feel like people are so intense with this Lil' Kim Nicki thing?
Before I go in on that, ID. Let's shout out to Lil' Kim for them leopard print thongs on the hardcore album.
Drop a bomb.
Yeah, shouts out to her.
Bro, I had that poster in my room, and I had to rip it down every time my mom walked in. I had to rip that poster down.
Well, let's be clear. Little Kim was the first real female besides the Brat, man, that had men listen to her music, man. The real talk.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. Right. I mean, but Lil Kim, as LB said, man, she trendsetted that whole style, and I don't understand why the Barb's fan base is so upset about it.
Barb's is gonna get you, bro. They already coming for me. They're gonna get you now for sure.
I mean, to me, it's just paying respect where it's due. That's all Usher did. He never said Nicki was trash. None of us feel Nicki's trash.
And let's be clear about that, right? Like we all I love Nicki Minaj and all
I do
the music
too.
that she does.
I do too.
Yeah. Like she gets down.
She's
like,
dope.
Don't get it twisted. Yeah.
Now, would I put her?
Yeah.
Would I put her in like a top 5 all time? No, she's in my top 10. Yeah. I mean, because
I give her top 10.
I mean, I got Lauren, MC Lyte, Rhapsody, Lil Kim, and Da Brat. They like my top.
Missy,
and Missy's like Missy's like my number 6, and I would put Nicki right at there at like number 7.
And I gotta put Foxy in there and Eve. I mean, come on, man.
Yeah, Eve too, with them paw prints on the bosom. Shout out to Eve.
I mean, real.
You know what I'm saying? But yeah, man. But I mean, Nicki's definitely talented. I mean, we talking about she's definitely top 10 all time already. So to me, top 10 is Mount Rushmore.
It's
Nicki's
nice.
on that. She's on. So to me, we paying her the ultimate respect, and I don't think it's a slap to her face. Shout out to any women's movement. Don't kill me. Slap. It's not the proverbial slap if we say that she is basically a child of Lil Kim.
It's not.
That's the ultimate respect both ways, because Lil Kim started that.
Yeah.
So I think more people need to big up Kim on that level. Notorious K.I.M., the hardcore chick herself.
Yeah.
Big OP, man, we got to hear from you.
I think Usher is 1,000% correct with what he said. You know what I'm saying? She's the first female hip hop artist to go Adina Howard on these cats. You know what I'm saying? With the visual approach. Like with what Elle said on the colorful wigs and the little C's. Crush on You to that pose that was mimicked on the the hardcore album, and then Nicki did it on her Sucker Free mixtape. Nicki also admitted, Elle, in addition to what you said about her statement in the beginning, she also admitted it in like 2013 regarding Lil Kim being an inspiration. That was on Hot 97. So in addition to what you said, she said it on the front end and on the back end. So the proof's in the pudding. I mean, she's the undisputed queen between the two. Yeah. I mean, Lil Kim, she's better than Nicki. Now, of course, Nicki is the more relevant individual in terms of current notoriety, but overall, Kim has it on lock. I mean, Kim also has the only 5 mic album in the source that I know of.
Drop a bomb, please.
Man.
Watch out.
Now, whether or not that should be or shouldn't, we'll leave the listeners up to commenting on that, but at least that's there. And I think that Nicki is definitely going down in rap history as one of the best female artists to do it. She won't top. She won't top Lil Kim's legacy in my viewpoint, as well as what everybody here said, but she'll definitely be mentioned in the fray. Top 5, absolutely not. But there's too many other females that occupy that mere conversation of a female top 5 before Nicki. And shout out to Nicki, no disrespect, it's just the facts.
The Barbs are gonna kill us.
They're gonna kill us, dude. Like, we have a PO box. Don't send nothing to the office. We got a PO box.
Man.
Hey, if Nicki has an album cover like that hardcore, she might move up a peg or two.
Well, let's be clear. Let's be clear though, man. Can any 3 of Nicki's top 10 songs compete with Players Anthem, the verse she put on there, Get Money?
Come on, man.
And I Need You Tonight.
No,
I wouldn't even dream.
Let's stop the whole conversation. So the Bars, we love y'all, man. We Nicki fans, man. Come on, Cash Money all day.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, you got to pay homage. What it is, man. Little Kim opened the door, man, for all these women to talk about what they talking about, and she was talking about this stuff when it wasn't cool.
It wasn't cool.
It wasn't cool
at all, and that's the context. It wasn't cool at all in that moment until she made it cool.
Yeah,
and let's be clear. Until somebody does a bid in jail,
yes.
Let's stop comparing everybody to Nicki. I mean to Kim. Let's be clear.
Yeah. And I was about to say that because she didn't snitch.
Yeah, she didn't snitch for that. You know
she didn't pull the fruit stripe, dude. You know what I'm saying?
She
didn't do that. You know what I'm saying?
She even had like a woman's movement getting on her about that whole swallowing. She was talking about swallowing back in the 90s.
The whole
Hold on. Time out. Hold on. Remember her verse on the Magic Stick? And then her verse on Quiet Storm?
Come on.
Quiet Storm?
That Quiet Storm verse,
Woo,
man.
Are you serious?
Let's talk about it.
Talk to him.
Are you serious?
Talk to him.
I don't want to hear nothing.
Drop a bomb for that. Like, drop a bomb for that. Like, and this thing, we saluting all the ladies, man. You know what I'm saying? And like I said, like LB said, shout out to Queen Latifah and MC Light.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? They open the door for Kim.
All day.
No, seriously.
Serious. Roxanne, they open all the doors. And let's be clear about Eve. Eve opened a lot of doors.
Telling you.
A lot of doors, man.
Telling you. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? When she was on TV and all that.
Even Gangsta Boo.
Man.
Yeah.
Man.
It's so much Gangsta
Mia X, all of them.
Mia X. Yeah.
Man, come on, man.
Don't forget about it.
They open the doors for a lot of these girls now. A lot of these women to do what they do. Exactly. You know what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, man, we just show them respect, man. And I think the younger generation needs to do the same thing for people who open the doors for you guys. You know what I'm saying? Real talk.
Shout out to LaChat for that chicken head.
Wow.
Like I said, and this is the day and age, man, where, things are changing. Social media, the COVID stuff is changing, man. So obviously, people like Nicki and Doja Cat have these hits and they can't go on tour. So, this week they actually announced that they're doing some social distancing concerts, man, some driving concerts. So, number one, let's start with Bebo P, man, first off, man. Number one, is it too early to start doing some of these crowd-driven events, even though you got people who need the money? And I'm not talking about the artists. I'm talking about the security people, the event people, the money, the hot dog selling cats. You know what I'm saying? Is it too early for that?
I do personally think, in my humble opinion, and no disrespect to anybody that's, exercising different actions, but my personal opinion is it's safety first. And I know a lot of other people feel this, or at least express that same sentiment. But at the same time, as more time passes and, we're still in the thick of this, unique situation, it seems like the priorities have a tendency to shift without hearing it verbally. With the reopening of certain states, on some gradual level, the institution of, as you mentioned, ID driving concerts in certain areas geographically in the country and so forth. While I do think that overall that the idea of a drive-in concert is a unique one, I do. Yeah. Let me just say, I think that whether or not it's a good idea or not depends on some factors, meaning this, basically. I believe it could be a bad idea if there's honestly little to no enforcement to ensure the proper safety protocols.
Which that's going to happen.
Yeah, of course.
Hit the nail on the head. Hit the nail on the head.
Right. I mean, it's already happening on the beaches of Florida and, certain other areas of the country. To certain groups. But, such as, at the end of the day, if the security and the company who's over it is not exercising those protocols, then it's gonna, potentially be a disaster. But if those protocols are being exercised, then I think that over time it could be a good means to, a trajectory of, inching closer toward a new normal, so to speak, in terms of watching performances and other actions regarding this situation.
This thing though, LB, I'm gonna ask you this question, man. like B.O.P. said, you got people on the beach doing X, Y, and Z, but when you go to a concert, they drunk. When we went to the J. Cole situation, they was drunk, and the food, and everybody wants to rush the stage and get as close as they can. So they ain't no. Right. This ain't no beach situation. What's your opinion on this, man? As far as summer concerts are concerned?
So I love how Bebo P detailed all of that, right? Because you know, he's talking very directly to, you know, what it is. Now, very close to me, there's a place where they have like large open fields and stuff, and then they're working with the local theater, and they put up a thing to show movies, and they basically created like a drive-in at a certain place and was like, hey, we're gonna play some movies and it's gonna be a drive-in theater or whatever.
Oh, you in the suburbs, fam.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Definitely in the burbs.
I'm definitely in the burbs. I'm in the burbs of the burbs. Please believe it. So yeah, like they put that up, and you know, when I initially read, I'm like, yeah, you know, that sounds like a good idea. And then I thought that my very next thought was the exact same thing that BOP said, like assuming that they enforce the things that can keep people safe, and we already know that that if we know how people have reacted so far to getting a little bit of freedom, they just act like bozos. They go out there, they don't practice any of the things they supposed to do. They right up next to each other, and then like ID said, now you're gonna go out there, you're gonna get drunk, because what's the most favorite thing for people to do to go to a concert? They like to do what? Tailgate a concert, right?
Okay, so, drink the beer. So we drink before we even go up in there.
They drink before they even get there. So they tailgating at the concert, blah, blah, blah. They getting wasted. And what happens when you get wasted? You lose your inhibitions. You want to hug people and do all of that crazy stuff. And so, honestly, I want to believe it. I want these people to get their money. I want the guy that does stage design and the drummers and the DJs and the lighting people and the hot dog salesmen and all of them. I want them to, be able to earn a living and do the things that they can. But I just don't see a scenario in which people don't just totally disregard all of this stuff and then absolutely like wild out. And my last thing is just this, which is what we've always seen across all of these things is that they always police us black folks a little bit differently too, right? So they're gonna have Kenny Chesney out here somewhere, and it's gonna be 3 rent-a-cops, and they all gonna be hugging each other. Ain't nobody gonna do nothing. But let Lil Wayne or somebody come back around and do the concert, they're gonna have 150 police out there, and they're gonna be slamming black people down to the ground and stuff like that. And so I want it with everything in my heart to be able to work. But from every piece of data and information that I've seen from March until now, it just tells me that it's going to be a setup for a disaster, and it's going to be a setup for a disaster for black and brown people even worse than it is for everybody else.
First of all, drop a bomb, number 1. Number 2 is they did start with Keith Urban on the 15th, and it went really well. Okay. So, and that was a Live Nation, because Live Nation's like, yo, we need this bread. Okay. This is the Jay Kemp, man. Number 1, same question as before with everybody else, but also I asked Lionel specifically about the summer. Now, we know the summer is a little bit warmer weather, the corona is going to go down. But in the wintertime, the fall, which is October, November, it's going to get back up and get worse again. So is this something you see as they don't care whether they're going to keep on having it? Or is this something where you're really concerned about it? And would you go to a concert with a drive-in situation or a 6 feet situation? Would you even do that currently or even in the fall when we know the numbers are going to go spike back up?
Guys, yes, I would. What are y'all talking about?
Like, he's gonna be right there.
I'm sitting back listening. I'm shaking my head, fellas. It's drive-in. Who's gonna be sitting on a damn blanket, like watching this? It's drive-in.
You know how they do?
Dude, if this was Erica Scott, I say Erica Scott, my bad. If this is Jill Scott, bro, like, it's gonna be some babies being made in the back seat. Ain't nobody getting that no car, man. It's gonna be.
Man, they're gonna use the same bathroom. They're gonna be using the same corn dog, hot dog ketchup dispenser.
Man,
so you gonna be there though, J Camp. You gonna be there? Huh?
Listen. It's drive-in. I've never gotten out the whip at a drive-in movie. So let alone no.
Oh my god.
Okay.
Man, y'all must be on that Children of the Corn level, bro. Like I've been in my vehicle the whole time. I'm thinking to myself, like, wait a minute, isn't this drive-in concert?
Yeah.
Meaning,
Yeah.
Right, but
we're
we
in.
gotta think. This is you versus everybody else.
Yeah,
Basically, we're talking about like the general population of those who go to get drunk, get like ID said, get out the car. Hey,
I mean,
it's been months,
dude.
Yeah, you know, or whatever.
I mean, I get ripped too, but A, I don't share my liquor, and B, I'm just not about to be in nobody else's grill. So I can only speak for someone like me, and I'll be there.
Okay.
Y'all must be talking.
All right. No. Okay.
Well, the crazy thing with Corona is even though I'm doing my part,
Right.
this other cat throwing the football over here, that's got it, throws it to somebody else over here, then they touch my situation or my so-and-so, then I'm bucked.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That's the whole thing with it.
I mean, I agree. I mean, you can even transmit it through semen now, is what they're saying.
If you get to the point of semen, bro, there's a whole lot of other things, barriers that you done already broken. Okay,
but that's why I said, like, it really depends on the individual. But anytime I've gone to any drive-in, anything, I've never gotten out the vehicle because just driving.
Yo, that's wild, man.
Yeah. No, this thing, if everybody does what they're supposed to do, of course it makes sense. But are they going to?
Nah, not a chance.
No,
they're not
no.
going to.
So basically, what y'all saying is y'all don't have no faith in people.
Have you seen the beaches of California when they reopened them up for like 3 days?
But the beach is different than a drive-in, though.
Well, I mean, you even have areas like here in Indianapolis and other areas where folks are just gathering just to hang out in the parking lot.
Well, I mean,
racing,
Yeah,
I mean, I agree with that, but we're talking about. ID asked the question about if it's wintertime. It's cold as butt in Michigan.
Okay. I feel you.
Ain't nobody getting out the whip in Michigan, bro. In January.
Different coaches never gonna do that.
Here's what would happen in Michigan. You know what? They gonna pull up on they snowmobiles, okay, with their gear already on, so they can be out in the cold, and they gonna have a thermos and another thing in the back that keeps everything hot and warm, and they gonna turn on.
Okay,
they gonna be ready.
LB, you said thermos. How many Negroes have a thermos? I'm speaking from a Negro perspective. Ain't no Negroes out here in Michigan with no thermos.
Hey man, this thing. Anytime I went to a rap concert, there's more of another culture than our culture. Let's be clear. You know what I'm saying? And then they don't really care what they really doing, and that's everybody. So you get one culture that's a little bit more chatty patty than the other, but then the other ones is coming rowdy. They want to fight and bull and bringing the Hennessy up in that joint. It's to me, it's pretty much like, you know, it's some Marvel bull, man. At the end of the day, man, you know, it's gonna be some Thanos up in this joint, man.
But you gotta think, if you at like a Currency concert, they gonna be in there smoking. They gonna be social distancing. They gonna be so stuck. Ain't nobody gonna be wilding out like that.
That's kind of a different dynamic, though.
I'm
very true.
I'm with you. I'm with you, J Camp. Like, listen, man, I want it to work. I want it to work.
Oh yeah,
I want it to happen. And who'd you say went? Keith Urban went first, and
Keith Urban went on the 15th.
They saw some success. I just know that, like, as they see a little bit more success and they see just a little bit of crack in that door, somebody coming in to kick that door open. That's all it is.
I mean, I just gotta play devil's
already
advocate.
high. Anxiety's already high now. Just imagine just for the summer and then the fall. If this stuff continues to spike back
they
up.
started with the right genre. They started with country music. Most people out there square dancing, or they may be doing a little jig, but they gonna be calm and cool and they gonna go home. When that Lil Wayne concert in Miami goes down, though, man.
I mean, of course. I mean, you're not gonna have 3-6 Mafia. I mean, that's different. Then somebody gonna die. I mean, I think you have to be smart with who the artist is. So
so that's part of your argument, right? Like, you can have Jill Scott, you can have Urban, but you can't have 3-6 Mafia.
Right. That's why I'm saying it can work with the qualification. You know, the qualification being you can't have Juvenile, you can't have a 3-6 Mafia. You know what I'm saying? You can't have no limit there. Like anything that's gonna cause somebody to get bucked.
Lil Jon,
right? You can't have Lil Jon because people gonna be out the whip. You gotta have somebody perform where they're gonna stay in the vehicle.
Okay, what's a good idea? I'm talking to all y'all, man. What's a good idea for urban music, man? We know all this pop stuff. They gonna make that work. Right. What's up with the little baby though? You know what I'm saying? In those kind of situations where he punching people for cell phones and all that. Like what's the good situation, man, for outdoor? We're gonna talk about summer right now. Just an outdoor concert.
I don't think you can have an outdoor concert with the baby. Because you just said he's gonna slap somebody. We know that's gonna happen.
Yeah.
But B, think about his fan base, the people that's really gonna show up.
Yeah,
they ain't about the social distance. So you have to be smart with who you put out there. But
I like your original answer, Jill Scott.
Hey, qualifications, man. You know.
Or this thing, you may have to team up some people with you may have to do like a Motown person with Lil Wayne just to get maybe some OGs out there to get everybody cool. You know what I'm saying? You may have to do like an older person like Charlie Wilson or something like that with Lil Wayne or something.
But you know they the worst too, because if you've been to any of them free concerts at the Black Expo, man, they get tore down.
Listen to the qualification you gave. Free, okay?
Yeah, right. It is free. Nah, they having a fool.
You get fools come out for free, so you can't have.
I'm talking about $50 to $100, so they're not gonna waste that money.
Okay, got
it. If you charge $50 to $100, they gonna act right.
Yeah, you got charged.
You know what I'm saying? You got to charge money. Nah, them free concerts, bro. That's WWF died.
Yeah, man. Because you can't
bring the cooler. They didn't bring the cooler with the kids.
You can't have Keith Sweat either, because he gonna pick a chick up out the crowd and he gonna be dancing with her on stage. So,
all right. I think we got a couple qualifications to help the people out this summer.
Yeah, man. So long story short, man, I always say, man, just be safe, man. If there is some, some people coming to your town, man, just be safe, because they're actually trying to get this money. You know what I'm saying? And they're going to put, which we already know in our country, they're going to put that money over public health.
No doubt.
So everybody just be cool.
Yeah.
And like I said, hopefully you are, if you're going out, if you're doing your thing right now, you are wearing a glove, wearing a mask, doing something, man. And I shout out to people who are still quarantining and staying safe and only going to the store and going home. Shout out to y'all.
We appreciate y'all.
Being smart.
You know what I'm saying? Still stay smart, man. Because like I said, you can still get a cold in the summer. So you can still get, corona situations, man, in any weather. Don't let anybody play you on that. You know what I'm saying? Just because the weather's warm don't mean you can't get it. So play safe. So even though you're still quarantining, we're fresh out, man. We want to give you guys some suggestions on what to listen to, man, because there's a lot of junk out here and that's getting promoted. So I want to start with Bebo P, man. Can you suggest kind of like a throwback album, man? And since we supporting the ladies today, can you give them a throwback album, man, for them to kind of just revisit, man? You know what I'm saying? Or maybe some of these young cats haven't heard. It's The Last Dance, and some people have never saw MJ play. Maybe they never heard Jodeci or something like that, man. A full album. So give them a suggestion, man, on something like that, man.
Well, let me just say that just off the top, I would recommend Brownstone. The album, I think they cut 2 albums. The first one, just to start off, I'd start with the first one from the bottom up. They had at least like 3 singles, and you know what? Honestly, I believe Michael Jackson was actually involved with that one too.
Wow.
On the production, I believe so. So I mean, they even have a song on there that they kind of flipped or remade or whatever, called "I Can't Tell You Why" by the Eagles. Yeah, they did a cover of that song. That's what happened. So I mean, they got that. They got the single "If You Love Me," say it. All that. Yeah. They got the Grapevine. I mean, they have some yammy yams on that project.
So
So again, that's Brownstone. They dropped in like the mid '90s sometime, and it's called From the Bottom Up. That's the name of the album.
And it was platinum.
Yes, it did go platinum. Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
Bebo P trying to get a little cougar situation. Okay, man. Sexy Slim,
man, Thin Sexy, heck yeah! And I think they're reuniting after like 25 years of doing their thing. Money. So that's who you check out on the R&B female group situation, since you don't really see R&B groups like that these days.
J Kemp, man, give me a suggestion, man.
Man, if you're not on that Love Deluxe, that Sade album,
wow,
bro,
okay, yeah,
bro, you are missing all the way out, ladies.
Wow,
okay,
you will get taught. You will get taught just off the first track alone that No Ordinary Love. I mean, man,
which album was that one?
That's that Love Deluxe album.
Yeah,
Love Deluxe. Okay.
Yeah.
I got you.
Yeah,
I remember that cover. That cover was dope.
It was. We were talking about Lil Kim, man. She's got the best. She's got the best album cover.
Yes.
I mean, first of all, that No Ordinary Love video where she was a mermaid.
Yeah.
Classic. 4 million records on that one. Shit.
Sheesh, man.
Okay. Love Deluxe. I'm on that one. I'm gonna get on that one. LB, man, what you got for everybody?
Man, these guys gave some great answers. You know what I'm saying? It's wild because I was thinking about this a little bit, and I was just like, well, what are some of the things that I like to go back to, but. I gotta give that answer that a lot of people already know, but it's my girl Aaliyah, man. Like going back to like her first album with Age Ain't Nothing But a Number, where
with your boy creeping in the back of the cover. Creeping in the back.
Minus Bob Kelly. Minus Bob.
Yeah.
Minus Bob.
But she even her follow-ups though, where Timbaland and one of my favorite groups, Player, came in and helped her out.
Shout out to Player, man.
Yeah. Shout out to Louisville. You know what I'm saying? Where Louisville. Yeah, man. And they hooked her up from there. It's crazy to go from what she sounded like with that Bob Kelly. You know what I'm saying? To the way that like Timbaland, Missy, and Player hooked her up, man. Like
bless her.
Yeah, they blessed her, and it was bonkers, and she just continued that on from that point forward, So I know most of the people, they know about Aaliyah and a lot of the hot joints and stuff, but definitely go back and pop that in and just let that groove hit for a little bit, man. And we talked about people opening doors, man. She definitely opened the door for a lot of these these ladies lately that do that kind of like
walkers and all that bull.
Yeah, they kind of want to do that. I'm wearing these baggy clothes and kind of chilling type of vibe. That was Aaliyah, 100%, man. So
shout out and rest in peace to Aaliyah.
And cop that Cheers to You album too. Now that we done mentioned Aaliyah, cop that.
Yeah.
Cheers to You.
Shout out Smokey.
Yeah, man. And then who's my man too, man? Rest in peace to him as well.
Static Major.
Static Major. I know a lot of y'all only know Static Major from Lollipop or whatever, but he was in the group Player and
architect of that.
He was an architect of a lot of that stuff, and he's also that architect that took care of Aaliyah on a lot of her joints. And right when Lollipop kind of popped, he was well on his way to probably doing some very crazy stuff. So rest in peace to him as well, man. Like, it's crazy that we lost so many people from that, but that Player, Cheers to You, if you ain't heard that album, now that might be 5 Mike R&B joint from back in the day, man.
It probably is. It probably is. Shout out to Drew Hill, because them cats is now basically Drew Hill. So Smokey and Black.
Yeah, Smokey and Black. Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Other parties are ill now.
Smoke's my guy, man. Shout out to Smoke, man.
Yeah, man. All of them dudes is ill, and if you if you still don't know, that's who your boy Drake gets a whole bunch of his inspiration from.
Man, come on,
drop a bomb
for that. Drop a bomb for that.
With that one album, it was just it was crazy, and even to give y'all just a little bit more into that music game. The player was doing most of the background vocals on Jodeci's last album as well. So,
drop a bomb for that. Drop a bomb
on that one as well. So.
Yeah. Y'all trying to get everybody prego, man.
Who you got though, ID? Who you got up?
All right, man. Y'all kept it smooth. You know what I'm saying? Y'all kept it smooth. You know what I mean? So I gotta go in the bag, man. I gotta take it back to the streets. At least to the streets, man. Streets. You know what I mean? Like when I was in high school. You had to go with that Foxy Brown Il Nana.
Wow.
I definitely want cats to check out that Il Nana, man.
Yeah,
like
that was nice.
That was a record, man, that was real dope. Jay-Z, Kid Capri, Havoc, Case, LL Cool J, Track Masters at their prime. You know what I'm saying? Teddy Riley on the record too. Chris, rest in peace, Chris Lighty. You know what I'm saying? That was classic hip hop era, man. That was kind of like the beginning of the end of that golden era in 1997. I don't care. Like Lil' Kim is number one to me, but Foxy, man, is like her accent, the way she spits on the records, man. She can go Jamaican on you, she can go Trini Jamaican on you, Island on you. She can spit that gutter New York style, and then like ain't no guy on the Jay-Z record. I mean, she made the record, man, at 16, 17 years old. I wish she was still doing the thing, but that album went 3 times platinum. Man. That was Def Jam at their prime. Violators, if y'all remember Violators, man.
Yep, Chris Lighty.
But you gotta definitely check out that Foxy Brown Il Nana, man. Just put it in your whip, man, and just vibe out.
Okay.
You know what I mean? So, like I said, like we want y'all being cool. And then one more thing, man. Does anybody have like current artists, man, female artists they deal with, they working with, man? Like, that's the other thing.
Check out Rhapsody.
I gotta get on that Rhapsody, man.
Rhapsody, man.
I gotta go on that Rhapsody, man.
Way too nice,
man. I mean, she's not only like dope skill wise, but I mean, when you see somebody just attempt to respectfully cross barriers and you see like females in their hijabs, whatever it's called, that Muslim females wear, and you see them on those 4-wheeler, 3-wheelers or whatever on that. If the Hajj joint featuring D'Angelo and Jizza, for example, respect, much respect to stuff like that, so she's somebody that's lyrically dope. She looks to honor the legends and individuals who have come before her. Shout out to Ninth Wonder and
definitely shout out to North Carolina.
Jamla, North Carolina, the Jamla squad.
Stand up, y'all gotta go.
Check her out. Definitely check her out.
Dope
for sure.
I was gonna name her too. He'll.
I'll go right ahead. Go ahead.
But
this ain't the draft. Go ahead. This ain't the draft.
But I gotta big up Jean Grey because she's probably my second favorite outside of Rhapsody is definitely Jean Grey, man. Jean Grey is one of the best female spitters out there. She's underground.
I gotta check her out, man. I haven't heard her in a minute, man.
She got some good work out right now too. Yeah. She's super underground, but just give her a chance. She definitely ain't on the same stuff that like Nicki and some of the other females are. That's really mainstream right now. But if you just want to hear a good rhymer like Rhapsody, Jean Grey got it for you all day.
She definitely up there.
All day.
L, you got one, man?
This is gonna. I'm gonna go ahead and get in my weird bag, and this is
He said real bag.
my weird bag, because I'm a strange dude. You know what I'm saying? But and this is a bit more R&B. If you haven't heard 070 Shake,
yeah. Oh, yeah. Ooh, okay, yeah.
It's like it's R&B vibe, but it's I don't know, man. She's
with Kanye.
Yeah, she is. But like I believe she produces, quite a few of her joints as well. But man, she just has a vibe, you know what I'm saying? And when you need to switch it up and get to something a little bit different, but still good, because sometimes people do different to be different, and then sometimes people do be different just because that's who they are, and it's nice. Right. And that's who 070 Shake is, you know what I'm saying?
She killed that ghost town on that Kanye. That's what it was.
Yeah. So she did that, and so she had an album that came out earlier this year. I think maybe in January or February. You didn't really see a whole lot around it, but I definitely go back to it because of the vibe in it. You know what I'm saying? She just has a vibe that's a little bit different, and it's a good groove. You know what I'm saying? So definitely check that out if you get a chance.
Okay. Hey, well, you know me, man. I gotta go R&B, man, and I gotta go with Kalani, you know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Yeah, man. Okay.
Yeah, hey, she just dropped the album, you know what I'm saying? Got the baby. She's not with YG no more.
Yes.
Holla at me. Like Tupac, holla at me. You know what I mean? Hey, you know what I mean? So, hey, holla at me. But to me, man, I love her vibe, man. Her vibe is so Bay area, you know what I'm saying?
Sure.
You know what I mean? Like, she's definitely got a swag, man. So definitely check out the new album, man, that she just dropped, man. So salute to all the ladies, man. Number one, man. Like, it's just a male-driven industry. And salute to y'all, man, for just putting your stamp on everything and showing these younger girls what to do. And we also are, encouraging and empowering you guys to also change up a little bit too, man. We want to hear some cool throwback stuff too. All the club stuff and the get money and the boss chick stuff is cool. Man, we want to hear some love making, man. We want to hear some, rubbing your head, rubbing your dude's head while he's down music. You know what I'm saying? We want to get that too. You know what I mean? So encouraging y'all, man, to switch it up on the albums. You know what I mean? Make your money on them singles, man. But the album, give us some love.
And don't get it twisted. On some of these albums, these ladies is giving it up like that. You know what I'm saying? I think that I think what we end up getting that gets pushed to the mainstream is like you said, all the clubbing, this, and I don't care about this, and that's all to the good. But definitely dive in deep to some of these people's albums, man, and they giving you some other vibes as well. I just know them all them bean counters at the labels, they over there like, I think we gotta put this out, so.
Sex Nightclub. That's the new single, guys.
Exactly. But don't let
this is why you listen to Fresh Out, man. We're going to give you everything you need to need. One-stop shop, man. You're going to get some old school, new school, and what's current, man. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, shout out to all the ladies, man. Shout out to the panelist LB from Detroit. Jay Kim holding it down in that bay. You know what I'm saying? And B.O.P, man, in Indianapolis, man. Shout out to you guys, man. And any last words B.O.P started off?
Shout out to all the females out there that's making it happen in any way, shape, form, or fashion to better themselves and to better other people in their communities. Shout out to all the females in the industry that's looking to do the same or just to overall progress and place their well-deserved stamp. Fresh Out, we love y'all. We want y'all to rep and show a lot of the guys how it's supposed to be done.
LB, any shout outs, man?
Yeah, man. Just shout out to all the the beautiful ladies and women out there, just doing what it is that they do. They've taken on the helm of so much, especially in the Black and Brown community for so long, and we just appreciate y'all. And continue to do what y'all do, and continue to level up and continue to keep us fellas in line, because we need it. We need it from you all, and we're doing our best, and we're gonna get better too. I know sometimes it don't seem like it based on the songs y'all be making, but hey, I understand, and I'm probably was the cause of a song or two back in my day as well. But you know what, we are trying, and so shout out to y'all for just holding it down and doing literally everything for all of us, and I just really appreciate all the hard work you guys have done and giving us the beautiful music and just taking care of everything, even when like all the cards is a lot of times just stacked against you.
J. Kim, man, any shout outs, man, to your people, any listeners you want to shout out, man, you know what I mean?
Yeah, no doubt. First of all, like LB said, definitely shout out to the ladies. It's been the rock for us men. It's definitely the yin to our yang. We need that balance because we just creatures of habit. Saying that's just how we are. Special shout out to my homie, my dog, Trainer. Grew up with this dude, man. He's been showing the website.
100%.
Man.
Shout out to Trainer. Shout out to
brothers. Check out his Love and Soul documentary. He's doing this thing too, so I definitely want to.
Okay, yeah.
Show him
good stuff,
man.
On that
For sure.
Cool.
Hey, like I said, man, shout out to everybody checking out the Facebook page, man, website, man. Just showing us love, man. Like we got cats that are like 67 years old listening to the podcast. We got cats that are 18, 15 listening, man. So shout out to you guys, man. And this is why we do it. I mean, these dudes, like, real talk, we don't just get on the mic and just talk some crap because we getting the check. We're actually going in, man. Your money is being spent very well when you listen to us, man, because these dudes do a lot of research, man, before we get on the mic. That's why you're getting so much facts and so much good content, man, when you listen to us, man. It's not just a whole bunch of guys just talking crap. They know what they're talking about. This is why we do the show. We do it for you guys. Thank you so much for getting on there. Shout out to Carlos, man.
All right, out.
James Relaford, man. Brooke
White,
man. She's on the page. I'm seeing everybody, man, shouting out the page and showing some love. So again, this is why we do it every Wednesday, man. Check us out, subscribe to us, man. Look us up on YouTube, man, and just keep on showing us some love, man. And like I said, salute to the women again. LB, JC, and Bebo P, man. This is ID. We out. Fresh out. You know how we do.
We out.
Peace.